that seems like as good a place as any to start the stream. The music, that's 2 days in a row that the music has led straight into the stream. So, hello, 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 people of the stream. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Welcome in, Anita. I see you over there on Twitch. Oh, excuse me, y'all. How you doing today? What's going on? I'm having a rough time getting going. Rough time getting going. I haven't gotten really anything done today that I needed to do today, except the oat milk. I have been making oat milk. Which is like not ideal right now because the counter that I use for the oat milk is also the counter that we use to put all the groceries on, to unpack the groceries. And my husband is on his way home with groceries right now. So we'll see how that works out. Maybe I'll just stay up here. I'll let him work it out. All right. What else is going on? Yeah, not much. I'm just tired. I'm tired, friends. I'm just tired. I'm tired of the state of the world. I'm tired of how everything is a struggle. I'm just tired. And I know y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, I know you guys are tired too. So, but we're here, and we're here together, and we can just like muddle through the next 3 hours together, right? Emily is here over on YouTube. Hello, Emily. Emily says, hello. Similarly, late start today because I was out of the house till 11:30 p.m. on a school night. Goodness. Gonna try and do a mix of work, life organizing, and writing today. That is excellent. And Anita says she's doing good. She has some odds and ends to finish up and waiting for the short speed skating finals to start later this afternoon. Yeah, I don't pay any attention to the Olympics. I have literally never cared about the Olympics in my entire life. Like, I'm happy that they happen, but like, yeah, I don't care. I don't ever watch them. Like, if I'm at a place and they have it playing, whether it's somebody's house or whatever, that's fine. I'm not like boycotting it, but I just, when people are like, oh, the so-and-so is at such and such time, I'm like, oh yeah, the Olympics thing is happening right now. Yeah, okay, I remember that. The only time that I actually cared, and it really wasn't about the Olympics themselves, is when Atlanta was host to the Olympics in like 1996 or something. That's really it. So, Anita says, we're all tired. Yeah. Short track speed skating. Yeah, I figured it was something like that. I don't bother much either, but I do like the short track speed skating. That sport is crazy. Yeah, and I don't hate watching it. Like, again, if it's on, I'll watch it. If I'm at somebody's house or if I'm out in a public place and it's playing, it's not like I'll be just like, no, I can't look at that. I don't hate it. I just don't care. Emily says, yeah, it's late for a weeknight, but dance class is from 9 to 10:30, and we usually run a bit late, and then I have a drive home, and since it takes an hour to drive from Atlanta to Atlanta, yes, sister, 11:30, I feel that. Was the dance class in East Atlanta Village? Is it in that area? So, because I know there's a particular type of dance studio that's there, but I don't know if that's the kind of dance you're talking about. I just got an email notification, and apparently it's from Air France, and the title is Paris for Valentine's Day? What? Dude, Valentine's Day is 2 days away. Nobody is buying an airline ticket to Paris who is a normal human who checks their emails. You know what I mean? Who doesn't have an assistant to check their emails. Like, it's only rich people who are gonna, like, pop off to Paris for Valentine's Day 2 days before. That's just, y'all, I cannot. Like, I'm gonna be honest and say that, normally I try to balance what's happening in the world and, like, keep it. I don't try to compartmentalize it because that makes it easier to forget that it's happening, and I don't ever want to do that. But like I usually have pretty clear boundaries, where I allow myself to do whatever, and then I try to shift focus and like be responsible. I'm struggling today, y'all. Like, just the idea that our entire social structure is run by PDF files and other awful people. Like, this is like a fucking Tom Clancy novel we're living in. Except I'm not entirely sure the good guys are going to win. So Emily says, no, Upper West Side. It's a hip-hop dance class. Fun. Same one I mentioned a couple weeks back. Been going weekly because it's been so much fun. I love that. Yay. Aw, you picked up my book to add to your TBR. Thank you, friend. You're awesome. Thank you, thank you. All right, so yeah, so I'm like, today I'm having a little bit of a harder time, like, pulling away from what's going on in life. And also my thumb hurts. I've been having an issue with this hand. Usually this hand is the problem, but it's been my thumb. I think I have something going on right here, because if I like try to do that with this thumb, it hurts. Or how is it? If I try to push with this finger like that, it hurts, and it hurts like right in here. And I don't know, like I Googled, of course I did. And they have a thing that is, I can't remember what it's called. It's also like, colloquially it's mommy thumb, but it has this, it's named after some French guy that has a very weird name. And it's supposed to, like, it says, like, it goes into your wrist, and it doesn't really go into my wrist. I feel it in the joint, in the actual joint of my thumb. Not the joint itself. I'm sure it's the tendons. So I've been hitting it with arthritis cream, which is non-steroid, or it's a non-steroid anti-inflammatory cream to help. And then I have this CBD oil that I got. It's a body butter, actually. It's a CBD body butter sample that I got from somebody at a con, and I don't remember who it was, and I don't remember which con it was. I do remember I had it in a pocket or something, and it ended up melting because it's body butter, and body heat will melt it. And so now it's like a little messy, but I don't know. It hurts. Emily says, also State of the World, agree with everything you said. I struggle too, hugs. I feel like we all struggle. Hugs to all of us, right? Yeah, it's rough. Okay, but what's everybody working on? I have to work on that beta read that I did not work on yesterday. So that's going to be my priority today, is working on that beta read. Emily says, the one thing that I keep trying to remind myself is, in the face of overwhelming hopelessness/evil, hope for a better future is radical punk, and I want to be that. I want to maintain hope. Yes. And I do still also have hope. I am an optimist by nature. I always try to find the good in things, even when things are awful. So, like, I'm with you. I'm with you. Today I'm just struggling a little bit more than I usually do. And that's okay. Like, it's okay. It'll be fine. I'll be fine. But yeah. Honestly, at this point, I think the system is so compromised here in the US that we need to just burn it down. Not like burn down the Constitution, although we definitely need to change some things in the Constitution, but like burn the social fabric to the ground. Hello, Ariel. Welcome in. I see Ariel over there on Twitch. Nice to see you, my friend. How are you doing today? Anita says, first sprint, I'm doing some art and sorting through short stories for Crystal Lake. Nice. I like that idea. All right. All right. Okay. What is everybody else working on? So I have, instead of a second cup of coffee, I made a second cup of chocolate milk. Or hot chocolate, rather. Ew. One of my hairs got on the end of the spoon, and I just stirred it into my drink. That's awesome. I love that for me. All right, it's my hair. I can still drink it. So it's really just like my Creo Creo Brew, which is like ground cacao, right? Oh, hubby's home. Hang on a second. Let me mute myself real quick. I yelled down to him, I'm on my stream. You're on your own. um, Anita says, sorry for the typo. Shoveling has tired my brain. I hear that, friend. I mean, I'm not shoveling because we don't have snow, but having grown up shoveling snow because I was the child, and once I was big enough to shovel snow, that was my job, which is why I hate doing it. I feel you. Ariel says, sleepy this morning, but need to study for a marketing exam for work. I like it. I like it. I hope you're getting certification. I know we've talked about this, but I've forgotten because I'm old and shit leaks out my ears. So, but I am going to be working on this beta read. It's fun. It's a little horror story. Um, but it's the author doesn't typically write horror, and I don't think she reads a lot of horror. So it can use some work. But she's an excellent writer generally. Like, I want to write like her. So yeah, so I want to, but I have much more background in horror than she does. So yeah. All right. So that's all my spam that goes in there. What else? Yeah, no, that's it. All right. Shall we get going? Shall we start doing the things? I'm trying to see if so Ariel, what do you oh, you're studying. Okay, so Ariel's studying, Anita's doing art, and M is doing like getting stuff together and then wants to write after all of that. I lost track of where she said what she was doing. It must have been before. Before? No. Where was it? I know I read it. Oh, gonna try to do a mix of work, life organizing, and writing. There it is. I was like, I know I read it. I know I read it. All right. Shall we go ahead and get started then? Shall we? I'm really missing Sophia today because she's got an evening shift and it's evening time for her right now. So I'm missing her, y'all. We're missing some Sophia. All right. But let's go ahead and get going. We'll get started without her. We'll get through. I got my little trash panda today because I feel like I needed a trash panda to help my mood. So I'm going to step away for a couple minutes because I want to check to see if my husband needs any help, and then I do need to I need to bottle the remaining oat milk, and I'd like to do that before it sits too long. So I'll be back. I'll be probably about. I shouldn't be as long as 10 minutes, but I'll probably be longer than 5. So I will be right back. All right, y'all. Let's get into it. Here we go. Let me start the timer. Whoops, that was the timer. I was not ready. So I did a couple things. Like I said, I went downstairs. I finished up with the oat milk. My husband had already put away the groceries. He bought cake. We're having cake for dessert. So I bottled the oat milk and washed the oat milk maker thing and stuff. And then I came back up and then I started looking up stuff about my thumb. And then I decided to stop doing that. And then I got into edits. And that's where I was when the timer went off. How did y'all do? But I just realized I washed off all the stuff that I had put on my thumb to help with my thumb when I washed the stuff. So now I got to put all that stuff back on. So how did everybody else do? I see that Alicia and Diane both joined us over on YouTube. Hello, friends. Hello, hello. Good to see you here today. I know Alicia got a shower and is reading Meet Cute. Adorbs. I love it. Diane is eating her breakfast and figuring out her day. Nice. What's for breakfast, Diane? Inquiring minds want to know. Emily got the rest of the day organized on a long to-do list. Next sprint is meds, dishes, laundry. Nice. That's very ambitious. I think you can do it. Sprint after that, gonna write. Sprint after that, work. Everything in its place. Nice. Anita made some textures for her art. Yay. Let's see. Ariel said studying is going well, was able to focus the majority of the sprint. Yay. Because, sometimes that's the big struggle, right? Is the actual focus part. So, good job. Excellent. We're going to give you a little cheer. All right. Danielle has joined us on Twitch. Hi, Danielle. How are you today, my friend? Howdy from the city where the FAA shut down our international airport without any notice to any of the El Paso officials. It's open again with a lot of mess to now clean up. Yeah, I saw that. It's like they announced it and then like 2 hours later they unannounced it. And I've heard different stories, but like the main, like I've heard the most common one I've heard is that the Pentagon thought that there was a drug cartel drones over the airport and so shot at them. And the FAA didn't know they were doing that, so out of precaution, the FAA shut down the airport. But I want to know why they thought it would, like, why did they give it a time frame? Like, 10 days. Like, what? That makes no sense. Yeah, and Anita, I also heard the balloon thing, that it turned out to just be like a balloon that got, ended up, like a happy birthday balloon or something that got away from the balloon bouquet. I also heard that as well. Y'all, this timeline, I can't even. Alicia said, in the next sprint, I'll be updating the reading journal and more reading. I love that. I love that. I'm going to continue with my beta reads because I would really, really like to finish this today. It's a short story, so it's only like 11 pages, and I think I'm on page 3. But I make very detailed notes. And the premise, like the bones of the story is good. And it's got like a theme and stuff too, which I think is cool. But like, but it need, when I do a beta read or when I do an edit, I am very detailed. So yeah, so this will take a minute. So Alicia says, I have a timeline. I'm trying to read 18 books this month. Girl, I'm lucky I can get out 2. Or trying to get as many as I can read. I love that. I love it. Love it. Danielle is working on day job stuff and taking care of very sick foster rescue kitty that I hope will be feeling better. We hope Kitty will be feeling better also. And thank you so much for taking care of the lovely creatures. So you are awesome. In case no one has told you lately that you are awesome, you are awesome. So Danielle helps with feral cat rescue. So yeah. All right. Shall we get into another sprint? I'm going to go back to working on this beta read. All right. Shall we do it? Ariel's going to continue to study during the sprint, and I am reapplying all the things to my thumb as well. So it's not my actual thumb itself. It's here, like it's the pad of the thumb. So Molly made it over on YouTube. I thought you were coming to Twitch today, Molly. I thought that's what was happening. Um, Molly says, I think I'll read some ARC graphic novels. I think that's a great idea. I think that's a great idea. Danielle said, just for information, we get drones all the time here from across the border. I believe it. I believe it. Thank you, Danielle. And Alicia says hello to Molly. And Alicia's like, let's go. I want to read. All right, Alicia, here we go. Okay, y'all, 20 minutes. Let's do it. Okay, I caught it that time. Okay, how'd everybody do? I made it to almost the end of page 4. This is going to take a minute. Let's see. Welcome in, Molly, again. And Molly is reading Clara and the Devil, Volume 1. And Molly, what genre is that? That sounds fun. I don't know. It could be multiple genres. It could be, I could like put it in almost any genre just from the title. How'd everybody else do that round? So we are up for a little breaky break. So we're going to take about a 5-minute break here in just a second. Anita moved on from textures to sorting the short stories. Nice. Nice. All right, if you need something to eat, something to drink, you need to use the restroom. I'm going to have to do two or three of those things. This is the time we set aside to do that. If you've been with me in whole or in part and you haven't moved out of your chair, please get up out of your chair and move your body a little bit. Get that blood flow in. Keep you from getting stiff. Danielle says, trying to cancel / reschedule my own medical appointments to make time room for kitty vet appointments and money. Do not sacrifice your own health for the cat's health, Danielle. Don't do that. Don't do that. Phantom's here. Hello, Phantoms. Vet payments wait for no one. As someone who dropped $700 on her old lady cat this past week, I understand that. Yeah. So welcome in, Phantom. How are you today, friend? Alicia worked on her reading journal and talked to hubby. Good. I'm glad you're talking. About to get some lunch. Excellent. Emily just got back to the desk. Meds, laundry, and dishes all started. Yes. Love that. Love that. Molly is 48% into her book. It's a graphic novel, and it's probably smut, although the description likens it to Faust. That makes sense. That makes sense. A Faustian bargain is a bargain with the devil, so that makes sense with the title. So I hope it's good. I hope it's good. All right. Also, if you haven't taken your meds yet, and you should have taken your meds by now, take your meds. That's your first reminder. I've still got 2 vitamins left to take, and then I will have done all of mine. All right. So let me put 5 minutes on the red timer. And I am going to pull up the music, and I want to change stations because although everybody else likes chiptune, it is not my favorite. So let me see what else I can choose from. Hey, they changed it. We had alternative yesterday. Oh yeah, okay, we still have alternative. Okay, cool. I just missed it clearly. All right, come on now. There we go. No, we're not doing that? What is happening here? Okay, Pretzel Rocks is being weird, as usual. There we go. All right. Okay, let's see what everybody else... Let's see. Phantom says, doing amazing, doing some jigsaw puzzles before focusing back on my story in a few minutes. Yay! So I have a friend who just had a really big medical thing, and she's on, recovery for weeks. But, she has this puzzle, and I don't remember the name of the company, but they're very hard to do because they're like all the straight edges aren't just around the outside. Sometimes an edge goes up the middle, and a lot of the shapes and the colorings are very similar in different parts of the thing. And then once you get it done, there's another envelope in there that says do not open this until after you've completed the puzzle. And then you open it and it's more pieces, and you kind of take part of the puzzle apart and then add more pieces to it. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I hope your jigsaw puzzle is enjoyable and not frustrating. Danielle says, I hope your old lady grand lady is feeling better. So expensive. Oh, somebody's feeding the dragon. Anita fed the dragon. Thank you for feeding Pixie. Yeah, we're coming along with our level 16. Danielle continues, so expensive, for sure. These precious fur babies are not a luxury. We're just cleaning up other humans' messes for the poor dears. I'm glad you're a good person caring for her. Well, she's basically been our cat since she was very little. She was feral, and so she lived outside 100% of the time until she got really old, and then I didn't want her. You know, at a certain point in any being's life, they're too old to defend themselves, right? It's just how life happens. And I didn't want her, to get killed out there. But she's always been our cat. She just isn't very friendly. Phantom says, doing the puzzles in a mobile app for a little reward. Nice. Relatively easy. I just got to finish 380 to get all rewards points. Take a little break. I need to use the restroom and get some tea. And I might get a little snack. I feel like I want some pretzels or something. So I should be back by the 5 minutes. We'll see. All right. Y'all gonna be right back? Let's go do the things. We'll meet back here in 5.
Well, there's a spark in my heart and it wants me to see the kind of person that is hard to be. There's a spark in my heart and it wants me to see the kind of person that is hard to be.
I made it back before the timer. Go me. So I came back with some pretzels. I couldn't decide which kind I wanted. Hang on. There goes the timer. So I brought up Mexican street corn flavor and garlic parmesan. So these are the last 2 bags, which means I've got to order more. So yeah, so those who don't know, this is my favorite snack company, Pop Daddy. They're Google Pop Daddy snacks. They also have pretzels, popcorn. I don't love their popcorn. And they just started doing like, oh!
Fiona Min just subscribed with Prime. Thank you. Sparkling heart emoji.
Sparkling heart emoji. Thank you, Mandy. Pop Daddy pretzels Pop Daddy snacks just started doing puffed like Cheetos, like things. Oh my god, they're so good. They are addictive. Like the cheese is so good. All right, let's see. Danielle says, talking about the kitties, many of them we get are dumped, abandoned. Yeah, there are lots of them. We've got 2 neighborhood cats that come in the back with relative frequency. One is a black and white one that doesn't seem very friendly. The other is an orange one that could very well be our basement cat's dad, because he's like got this orange coloring, and as Chai gets older, he is less cream colored and a little more orange. But this orange cat outside, he is very vocal. He meows really loud and a lot. As a matter of fact, he meowed so much we actually thought that he was so vocal, we actually thought he was a female, because he would do that yowling that female cats do when they're in heat, except he's definitely a boy. So at some point I need to snag him and take him and get him fixed. But he doesn't come by all the time. He usually comes by at least once every couple days, and sometimes he'll be around a lot. Like he'll go get in our screened-in porch and sleep on the chair cushions and stuff. So yeah. Okay, let me scroll back. Ariel says, I didn't realize the stream was on pause on my phone. Oops. I finished studying and got a good score on a practice exam, so now I'm decompressing with a game for the next hour. You deserve it. Good job. Good job. Yes, they are yummy, Danielle. So let's see. Mandy gave Ariel a hype. Emily on YouTube says, not sure if this is beneficial or harmful to actually getting a complete book written, but I've started just jumping around and writing different scenes I want. Figure I can connect them all later. Yes, that is a valid way to do things. Many writers do it that way. I cannot do that unless I have I can do that. But if I don't have an outline, when it comes to the end, I get overwhelmed by the sheer... Mandy says, oh, that's dangerous, but I feel like she's talking about the pretzels. I have not drawn a card for today. Someone needs to purchase that. So, yeah. Emily says, my theory is it's better to worry about structure. It's better than worrying about structure, and at least I'm getting words on the page. Absolutely. I'm a tad worried I'm creating an editing nightmare for future Emily. And you may be. I mean, for me, I actually tried that for one book. I tried that for the second book of my series. And for me, it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. So I will never do that again. Unless I have a very clear outline. Ariel said, I got some Pop Daddy from Walmart, but I ordered pickup and they gave old bags. I buy directly from their website because they're also not super expensive. Like you can get something like 12 bags of this size for, I think it's like $40. So, you know, and this has a lot. So, yeah, the Pop Daddy Cheetos. Oh my God, they're so good. They're so good. Let's see. Yeah. All right. So Ariel decided to do an oracle card. Thank you, Ariel. And it's for everyone. So let me pull up the little reedy thing. I know exactly where it is because I learned. All right. Yes. So, thank you for that heads up, Mandy. And just as a reminder to folks that if you do a thing that does not include if you redeem a reward on Twitch and it doesn't have any, like, you know how when you get music, you can put in if it has a comment associated with it, I will see it over on the multi-stream tab. But if it doesn't, I won't. So I did note that because Ariel made comment after, so I did pop over there to look and see if that's what she did. So, but thank you, Mandy, for the heads up. So if I ever don't mention it, give me a ping like that. Ooh, this is going to be great for my thumb. All right, we're going to do some shuffling, and Ariel had said that this card is for everyone for today. So, there's 2. And there's 3. All right. Now we're going to pick a card. Which one is calling? Oh, it's near the end. I think it's this one. All right. Here we go. This is for everybody. Sun. Find a balance. Tell me that is not appropriate. All right, so let me grab the thing. Where is it? 102. Bink, 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 bink. 102. All right. So, here we go. Sun. Find a balance. All right, okay, there we go. All right, life is all about harmony and balance. Day and night, yin and yang, water and fire, masculinity and femininity, work and rest. Balance is not a final goal, but a lifelong journey. It is an essential part of life. Balance manifests differently in everyone's life. Only you know what balance looks like for you and what you need to work on in order to obtain a balance. Are your work and relationships out of balance? What about your creativity and responsibilities? Is it health and goals that need attention? Look for the warning signs that your life has become off-centered. Are you overindulging in something? Are you constantly running out of time? I really hate that it's calling me out like this. Do you keep postponing your dreams? Y'all. Some daily actions help bring a greater sense of balance. Consistency is always key, so take care of yourself. Set realistic goals. Remember your priorities and plan ahead, but leave some room for the unexpected moments in life. Life is a balancing act, but an incredibly beautiful one. We have a quote from Albert Einstein, of all people. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Or like, a shark. There is a balance spell, which is basically sit down with a paper and pen. On the first page, write a list of things that are overwhelming you or that you are overindulging in. On the second page, write what you would like to see more of in your life. When your lists are complete, review them without judgment. Try to find the good in the bad and the bad in the good. Be gentle with yourself. Recognize that everything on your list has its time and place in your life. This step is not about punishing yourself for bad habits or making a minute-by-minute plan to stay productive. This is about seeing things closely and clearly. It is about finding your strengths and identifying areas for growth. The next morning, do one thing from your second page and skip one thing from the first page. See how it feels. Adjust if necessary. Life is all about making mistakes, learning, and growing. Thank you, Ariel. Thank you. Ariel said everything is out of balance when you have chronic pain. That is absolutely true, 100%. Mandy said, the sun is also the inner child shining bright, but not falling into the trap of being self centered and always outshining those around you. So important. So important. Thank you for that additional context, Mandy. Mandy is much better at this than I am. I just read it off of a PDF and she knows things. So I'm going to give it one shuffle. I put the card back in, giving it one shuffle, and then putting the cards away until next time. So thank you so, so much, Ariel, for that oracle card pull. Alicia says, I got my lunch, turkey and cheese with lettuce and pickles and some cheddar and sour cream. Nice. Nice. I'm assuming you mean like potato chips. Yeah, okay, there we go. And then Alicia's like, chips. Yes. So yeah, that sounds good. I'm gonna munch on my Mexican street corn, I think. Pretzels. Mandy says, a decade of professional reading might have something to do with that. Yes, that's why I call you the professional. And I am just a chick who reads a PDF. That's how that works. So, all right. I feel like we're ready. Are we ready for the next sprint now? I feel ready. I'm going to continue working on these beta reads. I do have my tea. So, in my little Eeyore cup that is actually my husband's Eeyore cup, but I stole it from him and I don't even think he remembers it used to be his. So, all right. Still valid and fun. That's exactly right. That's why I do it, right? Okay, so let us get going. Let me pull the timer up here. Alicia's like, let's go. I'm eating and then more journaling. Let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, here we go. 20 minutes. Let's get on it. All right, y'all. That's that sprint. How'd you do? How did you do? I made it to page 6. Go me. I'm more than halfway done. Well, I'm probably right at halfway done. Well, no, because 5.5 would be halfway. So I'm more than halfway done. Go me. Go me, go me. I need to... So I talked about this yesterday, yesterday, I think. But I am putting my body butter, my warm spice body butter, on. I love this stuff. Like, I never want to not use this. Like, I always want it. I've been using it multiple times a day all week, and like, this is how much I've used. I've used hardly any. So I love this stuff. It is. I got it. I'll grab the link. I know they've got a website because I was looking at it over the weekend. So they were vending with another author at the con I was at this weekend, and they paired up. They're working together, and this is actually a scent that is inspired. Like, she has a series of scents that are inspired by the characters in the book. So I also bought the book, but now my hands are greasy. Let's see if I can grab it without making it bad. This is the book. This is the first book of the series. And so each of the scents corresponds to one of the characters in the book. It's called, the company is called Teddy Bear, Bare. I'll put a link, I'll grab a link. They're a local Atlanta company. It is teddybearbody.com, and it's Bare. So that's what it is. I'll put the link in the chat. Emily says, meh, 50 words, but I got distracted by looking up film camera stuff, my current hyperfixation. But that's 50 more words than you had 20 minutes ago. So that's fine. That's great. Alicia ate lunch and had a Kit Kat raspberry cream. Nice. So I had a friend who lived in Japan for a number of years, and she would always bring home Kit Kats. Let me tell you, they have the best and most interesting flavors over there. They have a wasabi flavor. They have a sake flavor. They have a red kidney paste flavor, which is my favorite. They have a mascarpone and melon and mascarpone, which is also excellent. They have so many good flavors over there. We are so deprived here in the U.S. Mandy said, I found a missing object and got stuck researching. I know what I use as a collapsible camping prep table, but how well does it fit into medievalish fantasy? Important? Not sure, but maybe. It could throw me out of the story if I were reading it and something overly modern popped in. Yeah, that definitely happens to me. So that's important. That's an important thing. The matcha flavor is good too. Yeah. And I don't generally like green tea as a general rule. And it's not really a rule, but like every single green tea I've ever had, actual tea, I don't like. But my absolute favorite lip balm is green tea flavor, and it is excellent. Alicia said, I had a friend who would do the same and bring back Kit Kats from Japan. I know, right? I've tried so many interesting ones. So we used to go to Burns, which are like Burning Man, which is a big camping event where you come, you build a city, and then you leave no trace. But when you do a theme camp there, you have to offer something to the community. And one of the things we used to do every year is we would offer Kit Kats. So you could pick 4 flavors, and you get they're tiny little Kit Kats, and you'd get like half of one bar for each flavor. So yeah. Mandy said, I also help take care of kiddo who's homesick with a migraine-like thing. Aw, please give Brian a hug for us. Let him know we're thinking about him. So, all right. If anybody else wants to check in, please feel free. I'm going to go find that link, and I'll pop it into both chats. I'll put it both in YouTube and in Twitch. Let's see. Phantom says, just finished puzzle number 40. Moving way faster than I thought I would today. Excellent job. Excellent job. All right. Well, let's go ahead and start the next sprint. I've got 20 minutes, so let us do the thing. Okay, y'all, that's that sprint. How did you do? How did you do? I am about halfway through page 7, so I'm chugging along. How'd everybody do? I put the links to the body butter company there in the chat. She's also, obviously, she's got body oils, she's got cuticle oils, and several people I know got her cuticle oil and said it was great, but I've got a ton of cuticle oil at home, so I didn't buy any. But if you look at like the home page, the chick who's wearing the glasses in the photo is the owner of the company. Emily got 120 words. Got to step away for work now, though. Hope everyone has a good rest of the day. Bye, Em. Thanks for hanging out. You're awesome. You did great today. Huzzah. So, how'd everybody else do? Let's see. Molly says bye to Em. Over on Twitch, Phantom says Puzzle 47 finished. You are chugging along. Now moving on to writing my story. Excellent. Nice. Alicia finished her reading journal page and started playing Hogwarts. Cool. Nice, nice, nice. Molly napped. I hope you had a happy nappy. Yeah, Hogwarts Legacy. Mandy finished editing a scene and has a clearer mental picture of the camp setup. Excellent. And you're very welcome for the cleanup help. Anita finished going over the first 3 stories, but now she has to choose one. Choose one of your babies to send out into the wild. So, all right, so we get another little break. So if you need something to eat, something to drink, you need to use the facilities, this is the perfect time. I had some nibblies and stuff, so I'm not super hungry, but I do need to step away for just a minute. So if you need to do any of those things, let's go ahead and take care of that. Also, if you've been sitting this whole time and you didn't listen to me last time I said to get up out your chair and move your body, get up out your damn chair, move your damn body, is what I'm saying. Let's see, Danielle's paying a few bills. Good. Then they won't turn things off. But at least have some money to pay for today. Good. Good, good, good. Anita says, not my babies, other people's babies. Oh, it's for award submissions. Oh, see, I didn't realize that. Oh, you have the power. Phantom said, probably a good idea. Been glued to my chair for like 3 hours now. Yes, get up out your damn chair. Move that body. Also, your final reminder, if you haven't taken your meds yet, and you should have taken your meds by now, also take your meds. I have 2 more pills. I'm going to take those here in just a second, and then I will be done with my meds. All right, y'all. Let's all be right back. Let me put 5 minutes on the red clock, and I'll meet you back here in a couple minutes. I'm back. Let me turn on the red timer on this screen so you can see where we are. Whew. What y'all doing this weekend? It's Valentine's Day Saturday, but I already told my husband not to get me anything. I'm not going to get him anything because we have a lot of financial things that we have to take care of in the next few weeks, so I don't need us spending money on random shit. So, let's see. Mandy bought her hubby a ceiling fan for Valentine's Day. Yes, for practical presents. I'll be doing the install for it and the new switch. Well, aren't you just Miss Susie Homemaker Fancy Pants? I love it. You go, girl. Yes. So, yeah, we have to get a new garbage disposal and a new water heater. So, yeah. So, no Valentine's for us, but I did spend some money on his birthday. But that's okay, because I had money saved up, because his last birthday, I commissioned some artwork and they never came through. I didn't pay for it, which is good. But, so I was super, like, I'd put aside a whole bunch of money for that, and obviously that didn't turn out. I was very disappointed. So yeah. So yay! Huzzah! I love it. I love it. Anybody else doing anything interesting for Valentine's Day or just the weekend? Mandy says, I do the electric and the plumbing. Well, you need to come to my house, friend. And remodels, though he lifts and such. He's the brawn and you're the brains. My grandfather was a handyman after he retired from the Air Force, and he taught me a lot. I love that. I love that. Phantom's going to be spending the weekend with their family, as it's a long free weekend for me. Nice. Only got classes tomorrow, and then it's weekend till Wednesday. That's the kind of weekend I can get behind. I want those weekends. I mean, I say that, but I can do weekends anytime, mainly. Like, I work for myself. I can do my own weekends. So, yeah, but that's a nice weekend. I like it. I like it. All right, y'all. We got about enough time for 2 more sprints before the end of the stream. So, shall we get back into it, my friends? Shall we do the thing? Let's see. Molly over on YouTube says, not that you asked, but my brother is making his wife sign divorce papers on Saturday. Wow, what a heel. Won't listen to me to change the date. Much longer story it is, but I'll spare you for now. Okay, I'm sorry, but your brother's an asshole. Sorry. That's an asshole-ish move. For real. Unless she's the one who wants the divorce, in which case, I hope she celebrates it like it's homecoming day or something. So, I'm sorry, Molly. You're hang on, I missed something. Alicia, was that on your to-do list? Did I miss something from Alicia? Anyway, I'm sorry, but your brother may be lovely, but he's an asshole in this particular case. I'm just saying. All right. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything from Alicia on mine. Let's see. Let me go over to actual YouTube and see if there's something there that's not coming through on mine. Your brother. Oh. There I am, talking about your brother. Oh, Hogwarts Legacy. Oh, gotcha. That's the last thing I see from Alicia. Okay, let me close that up because we don't need to see that anymore. No sorry necessary. He is an asshole, and no, it was him. Well, I hope that she celebrates this Valentine's Day as her day of freedom. Fuck that guy. Man, like, why people gotta be assholes? That's all I want to know. Why people? Because honest to God, somebody's an asshole to me like that. I'm a redheaded Italian Taurus. I have a very long fuse. But when you get to the end of it, you better run. Yeah. Mandy's like, am I the asshole? Yes. Yes, you are the asshole. That's exactly right. You are the asshole. So, not just an asshole, the asshole. So, yeah. All right. Let's get back into it. I am still halfway through page 7. Oh, not quite halfway, but like a third of the way. Let's say a third of the way through page 7. And let us get back into it. Y'all ready? Here we go. 20 minutes. Let's get it. Okay. That is the end of that sprint. How did everybody do? Molly says, done with that one. Off to pick the next. Huzzah! Good job, Molly. Good job. Awesome. So I got to page 9, and I need a break from doing this. I need a break from editing. So I'm going to put that away. I've got like 2.5 pages left, and I'll work on that a little bit later today. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do next. Oh, I've got to send a contract for something. I've got a bunch of small things that I think I'll do in this last sprint. Email related stuff. A bunch of little things. So Phantom got exactly 100 words in. Excellent. Perfect. Perfect number of words. Molly's next up. Doggo spells like trouble. Like, oh, D in doggos spells like trouble, I think. Is that what it is? So it looks like it's like a play on D&D and doggos, but I'm not sure. Mandy says, I finished 4 scenes. Huzzah! Yay! Is it your goal for, isn't it 10 scenes a day? Isn't that what I read? I think. Alicia played Hogwarts Legacy, but now time to fetch the children from school, so she'll be back. I may not be here when you're done because we're only going to do one more sprint. I have something that I do every Thursday at 7, so I need to be, like, come down off of being in front of camera. But if you finish before I'm back, thank you for sprints. You're welcome, Alicia. Sprints for sprints. Alicia and Kelly do sprints in the morning. Let's see. Molly says, yes, it was a play on D&D and doggos. Yes, I figured it out. Yes. Mandy says, yep, in terms of the 10 scenes per day, although I'm generally going until I'm tired and ready to stop. That's a good idea. And also, I think unless you write most of your scenes are about the same length, that's not always a good metric, right? Because sometimes there are some scenes that are long and will take a lot longer than like 3 smaller scenes. So yeah. So if your goal is 10, but you're happy having done 1, then you're golden, right? Phantom says, struggling right now with how I want to format the story for me. Been loving having the dialogue in a different font, but I don't know if that will look good for others reading it later. I think that depends on how you're going to publish it. I don't know what you're writing, but if you're I wouldn't worry about that right now. I would finish the story and then go back and decide. If you're publishing it in a book, I would not recommend doing different font for the dialogue, because fonts can be hard to read when you're trying to read a longer passage, and it's a font that's there's a reason that certain fonts are generally used for print or for, published books. That's why you don't see a lot of weird fonts, because you want to make it as easy as possible to read. So yeah, I wouldn't worry about it right now. Finish the story, finish writing it, use whatever fonts for whatever you need. But I would definitely do some research into why fonts, oh, it's an AO3 release, later a fantasy setting. And I'm not really that familiar with AO3, I don't do a lot on there. But, I feel like that's probably a less critical, and by critical I mean people are less critical of, if you do something different. So, you know what I mean? Whereas in some other areas like print books and stuff, if you're doing something really weird, there are people who can be very critical of it. So yeah, Anita says, finished packing. That was the wrong word. Finished picking the story submissions, ordering books for a fair in March. I hate shipping costs. Don't we all, my friend? Don't we all? Mandy discovered that some scenes were in a different font and I hadn't compiled right, so I got a note on that. All right. Hey, Ren is here in YouTube at YouTube. Thank you, Ren. Hello, hello. Ren says hello to me and chat. Just wanted to pop in and say hi and hit the like button. Thank you, friend. You're awesome. You're awesome. Mandy says, even for AO3, my opinion is same font for dialogue. Sure. So there you go. And if you come back next week, Sophia will be happy to give you her opinion on that too, because she's real big over on AO3. So, like I said, I don't have enough experience reading there. I know if I were reading there as the curmudgeonly old woman that I am, if the font, if it's just like a couple lines with a weird font, that would be fine. That wouldn't bother me. I might even think it's cute. But if I'm having to read a big passage of all dialogue, or if all the dialogue is in some weird font, I'm probably going to get annoyed and stop reading. But I also have a much lower bar for like my annoyance. I can get annoyed really quick. So yeah, but that's my opinion. All right. So, looks like we've got 9 people on Twitch. So maybe I'll go find somebody for us to raid today, even though I was lazy yesterday and didn't feel like going and raiding anybody. So I will go see who we can raid. Those of you on YouTube will just get a beautiful end of the stream thing. So, all right. This is the last sprint, y'all. Last sprint of the stream. We're going to end this strong. We're going to plow on through, right? Oh, old lady cat has woken up. I don't know if you can hear her. Hey, you gonna meow? Yeah. You guys hear her? She's so old and curmudgeonly. She wants food, I'm sure. All right, 20 minutes, y'all. Let's get into it. Here we go. All right, y'all. That is the end of the stream. How did everybody do that round? How did everybody do? I went and found someone for us to raid, and it's actually someone new to us. There were only a couple people I knew who were streaming, so I wanted to see who else was out there. This is someone named Zimeria, or Zim for short. That is literally their entire name. Zimeria, Zim for short, which I love. They are sprinting. They've got about 5 minutes left on their current sprint. So we are going to do what we do, and then we're going to go raid them if you're over on Twitch. If you're over on YouTube, we will just end the stream with music. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how it works. All right. So let me know how you did. Let me know how you did in the chat. I know Danielle took off, so because she's got student conferences this afternoon. I feel for her. So how'd everybody else do? Let's see, Molly, you still out there? Let's see, Phantom, how you doing over on Twitch? Molly says thank you for sprints. You're welcome. Phantom says made a total progress of negative 191 words through redoing over older parts of the story. Been there, done that, but you did good. You did good. Anita worked on a grocery order. Huzzah. Mandy found a missing plot point. I hate it when they just like disappear like that. I never gave them the letter of introduction that is key later. See, and that's why you read back through it. Good job. Good catch. Excellent. Nice. Nice. So, let me go over the events of the week as I know them. All right. So, tonight at 7 o'clock, Amelia has her writing sprint. She goes from 7 till 9. These are all Eastern time. So, she goes from 7 until 9. Then tomorrow I will be on Zoom. I will be on Zoom at 1 p.m. and we will go until 2:30. Then at 7, Amelia does her writing sprints again from 7 till 9. On Saturday, Valentine's Day, pop into the Discord at 11 a.m. And you can do Saturday Discord sprints with James and wish each other a happy Valentine's Day. So that goes from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. Then on Sunday, 10 a.m., Lisa Raby hosts her Sunday morning write-in. She goes from 10 until 12, and she has confirmed that she is going to do it. She is going to be available to do it this week. So 10 a.m. until noon. Then at 7 p.m., we have our usual Writers Troop Zoom chat. We go from 7 till about 8:30, and we discuss a topic that has been voted on during the week in the Facebook group. So if you're in the Facebook group, go ahead and go into the events tab and you'll find Sunday's event. Inside of there is a post where you can vote on the topic or topics of your choice and or suggest a new topic that you would like to add to the list. So that discussion will be Sunday evening at 7 p.m. and we go till about 8:30. We have nothing on Monday next week because Joe has switched to every other week. So no sprints on Monday, but on Tuesday at 7 p.m. we have writing sprints with Amelia again. She goes from 7 till 9. So we also have Daniela, who is on YouTube, does sprints from 3 a.m. because she's in European time zones, from 3 a.m. until about 7 a.m. or longer if she wants to. But I need to confirm with her whether it's Monday night, Tuesday 3 a.m. or it's Tuesday night, Wednesday 3 a.m. I think it's Monday night, Tuesday 3 a.m. because I'm pretty sure it's like 9 a.m. her time on Tuesday. So I need to double check and make sure that I've got that right. But once I get that right, I will put that on the Google Calendar along with her YouTube channel link. Okay, so like I said, Tuesday evening, 7 p.m., writing sprints with Amelia from 7 till 9. And then Wednesday, we'll be doing this again at noon, from noon until 3. And that brings us around to next Thursday, where we'll be doing this all again. So let's see. Let's see, Phantom said the redoing cut a lot of cringe writing from when I just wrote whatever I wanted and didn't have a clear idea for the story yet. Yeah, and that's, I mean, that's a perfectly good way to start a story, you know? You just have a little bit more work when you're in the revision stage, but for some folks, oh,
One sustain just followed. Yay.
yay! Thank you for the follow, One Sustain. I believe that that new friend has come over from the soon-to-be new friend that we're about to go raid. I believe I saw their name over there. So, all right. But anyway, Phantom, that is a perfectly valid way of doing it, and a lot of people write that way because you write your way into the story, right? Sometimes that's what you need to do, and that's okay. That's okay. Hello, One Sustain. I love it. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. We are just finishing up here, and then we're going to come raiding our new friend, Zim. So, all right. Anybody else want to check in real quick? I'm going to go ahead and set up the raid as soon as I move. Oh, all my windows got all messed up. All right, let me do. Hello, come on, raid. Come on, raid. All right, let me set this up. Let me find them. There they are. We're going to start the raid. Huzzah! All right, so we're going to get started. Mandy says, I write, this is no longer a blank page at the top whenever I'm stuck. That is super smart. That is so good. Sometimes I write, I really don't feel like writing today. My writing sucks today, and I don't know what I'm doing with this story at all. So, you know, been there, done that. All right, we're going to go raid. Thank you, everybody, as always, for being here. You keep me motivated. I am so glad to have you guys here in my community. We are going to go raid a new community. It looks like they just went on break. So let's go be friendly and say hi. We'll see you guys later. Bye.